What's poppin', wastoids? I'm Brandon Beck, here to host this educational video. Today we're going to cover what's deep in the center of the brain, the cortex, and the limbic system. Now we're going to introduce the brain. Hi brain.
Hey, what's Gucci, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Now it's time to dissect you, because your existence is subservient to the education of these students.
I got you.
Today we're going to cover what's deep in the center of the brain, the cortex, and the limbic system. Now let's get right into business. The spinal cord is a long cylindrical bundle of nerves encased within the spine. The spine connects to the brain, which makes up the nervous system. Found deep within the center of the brain, the brainstem can be found. The brainstem is responsible for automatic survival functions. The brainstem includes midbrain, medulla oblongata, and pons. The group of fibers found in the midbrain are called the reticular formation. The reticular formation carries stimulus through the brainstem. The reticular activating system maintains consciousness and alertness, but also controls sleep and arousal from sleep. The medulla is found in the lower part of the brainstem and is responsible for many life-sustaining functions, such as breathing, swallowing, and maintaining a heart rate. The pons is also located in the hindbrain and sits directly above the medulla. It plays a key role in sleep and dreaming. Finally, in the hindbrain and below the pons is the cerebellum, which is responsible for movement and balance. The limbic system is comprised of brain structures that control emotions, including the amygdala, hippocampus, hypothalamus, and thalamus. Now let's go beneath the thalamus, the hypothalamus.
So fat.
Hey, did you know that the hypothalamus is responsible for motivational behavior, such as thirst or hunger? It also maintains body temperature. On top of the brainstem, but also part of the limbic system, the thalamus relates sensations such as auditory, visual, tactile, and gustatory sensations. The thalamus helps with states of consciousness and alertness. The amygdala is two almond-shaped neural clusters at the ends of the hippocampus. Let's observe the emotional responses, shall we?
My rocks! My gnarly rock collection! Bro, those are my rocks. My day is ruined. My gnarly day is now just ruined my weekend buzz, bro. Get out of here. Go! Go!
Greetings, I'll help you live if you tell me what emotional responses are linked to the amygdala.
I don't know. I only eat Big Macs.
Wow, you really are pathetic.
You should be ashamed. You should be deeply ashamed.
It's linked to fear, threat, or danger, which is what you're experiencing now.
Say goodnight.
Next is the hippocampus, which surrounds the thalamus and is also part of the limbic system. The hippocampus is linked to long-term spatial memory and also emotional response. And don't forget the pituitary gland, which regulates other endocrine glands. The cerebral cortex is found in the outermost layer of the brain. It is responsible for thinking and processing information received from the other five senses. The cortex is divided into four different lobes. The frontal lobe, which controls personality, higher emotions, and abstract thinking skills. The occipital lobe, which is in the back and is responsible for visual information. Parietal lobe, which is responsible for sensory information. And the temporal lobe, which controls hearing, language, and reading. Wernicke's area is named after Karl Wernicke, a German neurologist. It's an area in the posterior portion of the left temporal lobe and is responsible for understanding language. And named after Paul Broca, Broca's area is located in the posterior portion of the frontal lobe of the left hemisphere, recognized as the language center. The motor cortex is a region of the cerebral cortex in the frontal lobe that plans and executes voluntary movement.
Take that, MJ.
The sensory cortex is a region of the cerebral cortex in the parietal lobe concerned with receiving and interpreting sensory information from various parts of the body. Now time for a pop quiz! What emotional response is linked to the amygdala?
What are you talking about? What?
Edgar, signing off.